Chip Rowan with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and this is Good to Know. Today we are at Cameron Park, and with me is Frank Jacobansky. Frank is actually president of the City of Connellsville Parks and Recreation Board. And Frank, you're busy doing some cleanup there.
Oh, yes, I am, Chip. Thanks for having me. Yes, I'm here to promote the City of Connellsville Cleanup Day on April 24th, Saturday, and it's a tradition in Connellsville where the city gets out and shows their public spirit and cleans up the city. And it's been a wonderful event in the past. We weren't able to have it last year because of COVID.
So it's really dirty.
It's really dirty this year. Yes, Chip, it is. So I was starting to get a little bit early cleanup here and sweep this court.
Well, you did a good job, and I was really impressed when you wrote in on that. That was impressive.
Well, you're my inspiration, Chip. You're my inspiration.
That was a little bit off script, but that's okay.
There's a script.
Yeah, that's right. Now, well, who would know, right? Well, the important thing is you need people to help you with this cleanup. You don't want to be sweeping the whole city yourself, is what I understand.
As much as I would like to know, it's a lot easier when you share these tasks.
Yeah.
So it's a volunteer effort. We don't bring in professional cleaners, which would be nice. And it's a part of being a resident of Connellsville, showing how much you love this town. I love this town. I think it's a great little town.
It is a great little town.
We should be very proud of it.
Yeah.
But we all have to roll up our sleeves every once in a while and use some elbow grease and then help keep it clean.
Yeah. And the key is, don't think that someone else is going to do this. You can actually help yourself. This is something that almost anyone can do. And so that's on the 24th of April.
Yes.
I believe it started at 9 a.m.
9-ish. It's not set time, but yeah, 9 o'clock would be nice.
So if you wake up at 9:30, party could come out, but
Still
you'll be a
could
little
come.
late.
Still could come.
Okay.
Yes.
But where can they meet you at, Frank? If they want to help, where can they meet you?
Well, we're going to base our operations at York Park, probably in the parking lot. The city, not to get into too many logistics, but the city will provide 3 dumpsters, one at York Park, one at East Park, and one, I believe, at Woodruff Park. And how this has worked in the past, many people have groups, and they either meet at York Park and we send them to where they are most needed, or they find a spot that they think needs to be cleaned, and they go out on their own. We provide them equipment, of course, and they do that cleanup. And so if you don't have any place to clean up, you would meet at York Park 9-ish or so on the 24th. But you could also, if you so desire, register with the city that you want to do this, and that will give us an idea of how many people will actually do this, or groups, and we will be better able to deploy our person power, Chip.
That's right.
Not
People
manpower,
power.
person power. Person power, yes.
Yeah. And so, but if you see an area like around your home that needs cleaned up, how do you make the city aware of that?
That's a good question, Chip. That's
Thank
a good
you.
question. Since it is impossible for any one of us to actually see where all the cleanup needs done, we are asking concerned residents to maybe take a drive around the city, look for places that you're not happy with that you think need some cleaning. And cleaning does not necessarily just mean picking up garbage. There could be overgrown weeds. There could be many things. Be creative in what you might want to do. There might be some benches that need cleaned or painted or stained or something like that. Be creative. But what you can do then, you could call the city. Shelley Primus is the secretary. Overworked person, by the way, Chip.
I'm sure she
is. And she will take down some areas that you think need to be cleaned. We could then tabulate this, what needs done, and then we could prioritize, depending on how many people we have, to get the areas most in need of cleaning attended to.
Yeah, and to call Shelley Primus at City Hall, her number is 724-628-2020, and her extension is 201.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And you mentioned to me earlier when we were talking that Facebook, the Rec Authority or Rec Board, has a Facebook page.
The Connellsville Rec Board, we had a bad year last year because nothing was happening in the city, so we sort of reorganized this year. We do have a Facebook page which should list all the events happening in the city, or most of them. But if you want to, if you see areas that are in need of cleaning, just post it. Is that what it's called, Chip?
Yeah,
posting?
Just post it on there.
Not a Facebook guy.
Make a comment.
Make a comment on where you think something might need to be cleaned up, and we will take note of that, and we will act on that accordingly.
Okay. Ideally, though, if you would see an area around your home that needed to be cleaned up, it'd be nice if you would get a group of people together to work on that, and they would report that in.
Yes, that would be good. For instance, this is one of the city's parks. We have 10 parks, by the way, and looking around it, there's a little bit of cleanup that needs done. But there are some parks that are in worse shape than this that have not been cleaned up at all. So take a look at the parks, there are areas, for instance, Breakneck Road traditionally has a lot of garbage. Falls Avenue has a lot of garbage on it. Areas like that. I believe some groups are going to, for instance, Jamie McPoyle, a teacher at the high school, takes a group of students and teachers, and they clean up the bottom of Springfield Pike.
Okay.
And they will have vests. And in the past, some of the police departments have sort of helped out with that just to control traffic. There's a group that does Route 201 up above Martin's.
Okay.
And there had been a group, Walmart had done it in the past, we're trying to get hold of them, between going 119 South in front of Walmart that cleans up. So there are a lot of areas that need cleaned up.
There are, and hopefully you'll have a lot of help to clean
Hopefully
up.
we will. Connellsville's a good city, you know that.
It is a good
city,
I
And there's
agree.
good people here, and we just love living here.
Yeah, this is just an opportunity to get out and help. And you say clean up, it's more like a spruce up. You're talking about you could even paint things if you wanted to.
You could do, use your imagination, be creative on this. Yeah. We're looking for ideas.
Okay, so again, the date is Saturday?
Saturday, April 24th. We put 9 to 1. The hours are somewhat flexible. If you want to work for an hour, that's fine. 2 hours is fine. It's not as if you have to be there for 4 hours. Any help would be greatly appreciated. And again, I maybe I'd mention this. The city will provide, actually PennDOT through the city will provide gloves and vests if so needed, certainly garbage bags. I'm not sure what other supplies are.
You said some PPE like masks and things like that will be provided, and it is going to be some social distancing for COVID?
Well, the COVID crisis is certainly still here.
Right.
And we cannot take it for granted that just because Fayette County has been unbelievably good with vaccination, and they have, that we should just poo-poo this COVID thing because it's real. So everything's going to be outside. If you want to wear a mask, that's fine. I am undecided if I want to, even though I wear a mask all the time. But certainly social distancing, you have to use your judgment on this.
Yeah, depending if you're in a group of people that you're normally with, you're okay. But if you're mixed with other people, you want to be wise about it.
Right.
Frank, anything else that you want to share about this great cleanup?
I don't think. I just have to keep sweeping here, Chip.
Yeah, I know. I wish if you'd have told me I brought a broom.
I'm sure you would have,
or
Chip.
a vacuum cleaner.
So,
I wonder if there's electricity here anywhere we could plug in.
So I'm just going to keep working until this cleanup.
I like the art that you did before I got here, though. That is nice. Your chalk art is beautiful.
Thank you, Chip. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate Armstrong Cable doing this to publicize the event. It's a wonderful event for the city. And I'm going to pass it off to you, Chip, and get back to work.
Yeah. Well, we wish you well.
Thank you.
And hope you get lots of help. So come out and give Frank and the team a hand on April 24th from 9 to 1 at Yawk Park. This is good to know.